Good morning. Welcome. It is Tuesday, May 4th. This is your Tuesday walkthrough video. Looking back at yesterday, we introduced some words about the phases of the moon. Waxing, waning, crescent, gibbous, those sorts of terms. We also put in words like first quarter, last quarter, full moon, new moon. Waxing is when we can see more of the moon from night to night. The moon looks like it's getting bigger. Waning is when we see less of the moon from night to night. Crescent is when moon kind of looks like a banana or a capital C shape. And then gibbous is when we see more than a half of a circle. So it kind of has like a oblong shape to it. Those are the kind of the big vocab terms we added yesterday, and had a little quick check to go along with it. Today, we're going to be talking more about those different phases of the moon, but we're going to see where the moon, the sun, and the earth are located in relationship to each other to understand why we see those different phases of the moon throughout the month. The last little bit of review, remember that the moon orbits the earth counterclockwise, and that the lunar cycle lasts 29 and a half days. So every 29 and a half days, it starts over and repeats itself. All right, today, watch the walkthrough video. That's what's happening right now. Read the page titled Phases of the Moon Diagrams, and then complete the Phases of the Moon Diagram quick check. I can show where the moon is in relation to the Earth during phases of the moon. Students will view diagrams and simulators showing moon phases. I will be successful, and I've scored at least 5 out of 6 on the quick check. Let's jump in. Here's the page. Quick check we'll get to later. A little bit of review, a little bit of introduction. First of all, you'll notice that this page has lots of pictures or screenshots. All those pictures and screenshots were created at this link right here. All right. Let me just paste it in. Let me show you what this link does here real quick while it loads. So what this shows is the sunlight is coming from this direction, the left side. We have the Earth right here with a little dude standing on it. And then we have the moon right here. When I push play or start animation, I can see that the Earth is rotating, which happens, obviously, and the moon is moving. I'm going to pause the animation. What we'll also see is right here, this box will be showing us how much of the illuminated part of the moon is visible to people here on Earth, and it will also show what phase we are in of the moon. All right. So as I continue on, I can see it's changing. Notice the moon is orbiting counterclockwise. Let's pause real quick. And it shows us these different phases. All right. What I want to reiterate is that there's not more of the moon receiving light from the sun. It's that we are seeing more of the side of the moon that is receiving light from the sun. If I move the moon back to here, where we can't see anything, half of the moon still gets sunlight. All right. But that half of the moon is facing away from us. As we continue on our journey, as the moon continues on our journey, the same half of the moon is still receiving sun, but now we can start to see a little bit more of it. All right, and that's why we see different phases. We can see more of the illuminated portion of the moon. Okay, so if you want to play around with these and see, and just kind of watch this and see how these different phases develop, you're more than welcome to do that. Oh, I almost stopped it right on 50. That would have been sweet. But if not, I have included screenshots of every phase of the moon here. So as we scroll down, I start here with the new moon phase. So new moon right here, sun, moon, and earth are in line with the moon between the sun and the earth. So the moon's still getting the same amount of sunlight, but it's all facing away from the earth. We cannot see it here. As we continue down, now we're at the waxing crescent phase. The moon is growing larger each night in the night sky. So we see here is the waxing crescent phase because we're starting to see a sliver of the moon. We're down here. Next phase is the first quarter phase. We can see half of the illuminated portion of the moon. If you look here, it is the right half. His first quarter is always the right half. As we continue on, we are in the waxing gibbous phase. We're starting to see more than half of the moon. That's a sort of oblong shape. When we get here, we're at the full moon phase. We can see the entire illuminated portion of the moon. We'll talk more. Sometimes people think, well, wouldn't the Earth be blocking the moon out in this situation, like casting a shadow? Sometimes that happens when we talk about lunar and solar eclipses. Now, once we pass full moon, we are working our way back to the new moon phase. And so the moon is getting smaller from night to night. We can see less of the illuminated portion of the moon each night. So here we are at the waning gibbous, right in that location, getting smaller. Then we go down to last quarter. Sometimes it's called third quarter, but I like to use last quarter. Again, we can see half of the moon, but this time it's on the left side. And all the waning stuff you'll notice is on the left side, left part. We get down to waxing or to waning crescent. It is a left-hand portion, left-hand sort of banana-looking thing for the waning crescent, and then we would be back to new moon. All right. So what I would do is spend some time looking at these. Go to the moon simulator at this link right there, and just sort of play around, watch it a little bit, and then when you're ready, the moon phase diagram, quick check. Here it is. It's out of 6 points. It's just one question. Let's take a ganders at it. You get 2 attempts, as per usual. But I have, look at that. Wow, it's the same thing. It looks the same. Interesting. The sunlight is coming from the left. We have the Earth here. We have different locations for the moon there. And what you need to do is, I've put a couple there just to kind of give you a little reminder. What you have to do is drag and drop and put these labels to the correct blank labels on the picture here. So there's 6 blanks that you need to fill in. All right. Drag and drop to each one. When you think you've got it correct, hit the old submit button. I don't know if these are right. I'm just dropping stuff. Hit the submit button and see how you do. All right. That's it for today. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. Bobolik out.